Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Beyond Sports Podcast, where we BS about sports. Lots of football games today. Peas Eagles flying high right now. Still currently going on. But let's get into it. We had last Thursday's game. The Commies facing the Bears. Commanders winning 12-7. Thursday night games are trash.
They found a way to have a worse game than the Colts and Brock.
I soldiered through and watched that whole game, and
I did too. I was right there with you, buddy. I mean,
I did not. I turned it off at the end there, like it was fourth quarter. I think we watched She-Hulk.
I needed to suffer through every painful minute of it.
Nah, I saw the play with the the very last play there with just inches.
Game my God, that would hurt so bad, man.
One fucking inch. Man.
If he wouldn't have bobbled that one on that.
Yeah, that wasn't.
He had it in the end zone and he let his hands off and then regathered it. Just like,
yeah.
I turned it on for the only thing to see, and it was the Bears uniforms. And I literally looked at them. I said, okay, those are kind of different. And then I turned it off. Yeah, I literally didn't watch a lick of that game.
No, that's one of the few alt uniforms that I did not like this year.
It was a little much. A little orange.
A little creamsicle.
Like a
little Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. The helmet, you're like, okay, that's the Browns helmet.
Yeah.
Different stripe.
Yeah.
What are you doing? But we don't have to stick around on this game too much.
Thank God.
Carson Wentz got 99 yards, no TDs, no interceptions, whatever you want.
And he still won the game.
Laughable game.
So do we think that the winner of the Saints Cardinals Thursday night is going to have more than 12 points? Or is it going to be 12?
12 is the magic number for Thursday night, right?
It seems like Carson Wentz is like a quarterback that was transported from the 1950s into now. Like, how do you play 4 quarters and you get 99 yards? Get the fuck out of here. No touchdown.
Our offensive line is not great.
And you want it. Justin Fields going to look terrible, but he also doesn't look like he can make real throws.
Oh, we got to talk about Ron Rivera's inability to speak to the fucking media.
Quarterback.
But then him sitting there, did you see him on Thursday?
Yeah, he was mad at the media suddenly for everybody thinks I dislike my quarterback for some reason.
I'm the one who had to watch film on him.
They asked you the one difference between you and the rest of the teams in the division, and within a half a second, quarterback. Goddamn word.
Yeah.
They're like, do you follow up to that? And he was like, maybe.
Quarterback.
Yeah. Then he kind of stammers through it, realizing he just chucked his quarterback as hard as he could under the bus.
Oh, yeah.
Wound up.
Get the fuck out of my way.
And then Thursday, he has the goal to be like, I'm sick and tired of you guys coming at me like I hate my quarterback.
I picked him.
There's some pretty ugly locker rooms right now.
Definitely.
Oh, dude, it's
that
one.
Like, that whole team is a dumpster fire from top to bottom.
I mean, we could have probably guessed before the season that they would have a pretty bad locker room with Carson Wentz being a part of it.
Okay, but that's
had problems,
and that's the thing there on Rivera is like before this season, the whole knock on Carson, is the Colts in the offseason had come out and talked about how crap he was in the locker room and how happy they are to get rid of him. With the Eagles, it was rumored how bad he was in the locker room, right? Not good. And now, it's week 5 and you are chucking him under the bus for, how bad your team is.
Yeah.
And that's just it's not something you can do as a head coach. It's a
No.
bad look, Ron. You're supposed to be better than that. But
I'm Ron Burgundy.
But anyway, like
so Ron
that's the
Burgundy
state of the
move.
Commanders right now, and
Yeah,
that game was
it's not pretty.
horrible. It was
Let's
utterly unwatchable, but we did the impossible and we watched Sneaky and I did the impossible and watched the whole
you guys
thing.
actually made it through the whole thing. I was like, I don't need to watch the rest of this.
No.
But anyway, let's move to the next game, boys. Let's go on to Niners losing to the Falcons 28-14.
What's up with that?
I mean, it's like we talked about a couple weeks ago. The Falcons
The
are just
Falcons are a better
sneakily
team than
good
people
on
think.
offense, and their defense is good
They
enough
do
to
have a
hold those bad
sneaky-
offenses.
They do have a sneaky good offense, but
They've
should it
got
be
they've got
that
two
good?
fantastic corners.
Should it be that good on the Niners? And the Niners, they need to figure out their offense. Like you didn't score in the second half, so
Yeah,
figure it out. They and kudos to the Falcons for shutting them down in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, we get a real good look at them next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Niners.
Good job, Falcons. There we go. All right.
yeah. Good job, Falcons. Let's go. Let's
All
go.
right,
Move
next-
on to our next.
Dude,
There wasn't
anything
a lot to
else?
talk about, really, honestly.
Figure it out. Figure it out, 49ers. I thought you were better than that. I really did. Thought you were gonna do better than that.
I agree. I thought with Jimmy G coming in,
You should have looked like the Niners from last year.
hey, but you know
Which I
what?
guess we're up and down as well, but
Jimmy G got the one thing that he really cared about getting out of that game:
Money.
$250,000.
money, yeah.
true.
That's all you really should care about at this point. I get
You
it.
know, like he got $250,000. I mean, if you guys wanted to win, he would have taken the extra 100,000.
Jimmy G wins every day.
Every week, Jimmy G wins. Anyway, let's go. Pats 38, Browns 15.
I
Yeah.
didn't see that one coming like that.
Well,
Not like that.
oh yeah, I guess
Not like
not
that. Yeah.
Not yeah. I didn't see
I
the
thought
Pats
I
scoring
thought
that
it would be
much.
more like a 17-15. Like,
I thought it'd be a low scoring affair.
yeah, I did for
But hey,
sure.
Much
Hey, man.
closer.
The Browns, they got zapped. They did.
God damn it,
They
Sam.
got-
Is there a controversy?
Hey, can't wait to say that a bunch this year. You got
Put the gr-
zapped.
Yeah, do the comic book bubble.
Yeah. Zapped. Zinger.
Dude, hey man, 300 yards, 2 TDs, not bad. Not bad, Zappe. 24-34. Look out. All right. Look out, Mac Jones. The Zap man's coming for you.
Yeah.
We're gonna see a controversy because
Yeah, you have to
Yes, look-
wonder what choice Belichick would make if he had to make it right now.
yeah, Zappe has looked better than Mac Jones has this year so far for sure, and most of last year as well.
They've looked
Like,
more
Seems
a
to
lot
be-
more consistent.
Yeah.
Looks like he has more
Like-
trust in Zappy than he did Mac Jones at this
Mhm.
Mac
Yeah.
Jones career.
And it paid off today. Man, Zavi, he did a good job spreading it out too. He threw it to like 8 or 9 guys. So like they didn't have any like overwhelming wide receiver, like nobody like 100 yards. He had from looking at the shot like 5 different dudes with 4 catches.
Yeah, I mean Devontae Parker had high on the
Had
yards.
4, Hunter Henry had 4, Jake Myers had 4. And like
You don't like to see New England figuring things out.
yeah, but you kind of knew eventually, like
Pretty good division right there.
maybe I don't know what I mean, again, what does this say about Mac? What does it say about Mac?
Only time will tell.
If
you know,
Zappy can come in and just
see how if
we're seeing it with New England again, some quarterback that nobody's ever heard of coming out of nowhere that they picked up in who knows what fucking round.
Yeah.
Yeah, and suddenly
And then
fucking
he'll
Zappy.
trade him for like way too high, and then he'll be a starter on another team.
No, I'm just hoping it doesn't happen.
Oh,
I
I-
was talking about the Tom Brady.
I thought we were talking
Yeah,
about
never,
Matt
but
Castle.
Anyways,
that's another good one there.
That will always haunt me. That will always haunt me.
Right.
Hey, we got a
Yeah.
Pro Bowl out of him.
I like it. I like it though.
God, I said out loud in the middle of that season, some asshole team is going to overpay for this dude, and it was us.
Anyways,
Let's go to the next game on the docket. We got Jets beating the Packers 27-10.
Man, you want to talk about a team that needs to figure it out.
Yeah.
Man, I thought it was gonna happen, but I didn't think it was gonna look that ugly.
No.
Dude, that was
Yeah. You got to panic now because you got blown out by the Jets. Like you don't need to worry. You got to fucking panic.
Yeah, the Packers never looked like 27-10. It wasn't that close.
The Packers never figured it out on offense. They never got anything really consistent going.
Credit where it's due.
Looked,
Sauce Gardner is legit.
he's the guy.
That dude is fucking legit.
Yeah,
That was a great pick.
yeah, he's awesome. And
he's as advertised.
was it Breesy Hall?
Yeah.
He's it too. He's going to be a really good back, and they got a good tandem back there with him and Michael Carter.
Yeah.
He's another good solid back. I mean, this regime has built around a young quarterback in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
Good young receivers with the veteran and Corey
Yeah,
Davis, Corey Davis makes a big play per game. It seems late in every game.
The offense with the Jets, it didn't look great. Like it didn't really do anything till the end of the game more.
Second half, late third quarter,
they kind of put it away. And a lot of that was due to the Green Bay's offense just not being able to do anything to help out its defense in any way. Just like 3 and outs all the time, or like the second they think they've gotten something going right, then they miss a field goal or like get sacked to take themselves out of field goal range, right? Like it
pump block for a touchdown.
Get a pump block, yeah. Like anytime, well,
they just
that was a little different anomaly. But anytime their offense you thought was getting something going, maybe like no, they fucked up or couldn't make a play, and it's a little bit of everything. Their offensive line doesn't look great. Their wide receivers were dropping some passes to Aaron Rodgers was still for some reason throwing it up into double coverage at times when just like what on like 3rd and 1, which also goes to the play calling kind of, which seems very lackluster. So yeah, the Packers got a lot to figure out.
Yeah, they do.
A lot to figure out. The Jets look good. The Jets still have a lot to figure out on offense, I think. They have a lot of good pieces, right? But I think Zach Wilson is the one thing that needs to like maybe just turn it up a notch. I need to really see
from him late in games. I'm like, dude, Zach Wilson is this. Like, I get it.
He's been good, but he hasn't been over. Now, I mean, credit to him. He hasn't been losing you games.
Yeah.
So
he's been keeping
credit to that.
It take him a while. If he could start a game the way he's been finishing them, he'd be.
Yeah. So
yeah, I mean,
it's a good start.
If they don't, the Jets are that team that you're like, okay, I think in a year or two, especially if Zach can figure it out, they could be pretty scary and actually be good. Right now, they're good, they're decent, obviously, right? They're 4-2 now, but you're not legit like a contender.
Yeah,
I don't think you're ever going to challenge for the division with Zach Wilson, but he's playing good enough not to lose right now, and that's really all they need.
But you're not.
They've got stout defense and a good run game.
You're not about to beat the Bills.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if they're the worst team in that division, then that's a damn good division.
That is a damn good division.
Because unlike years past, where them being the worst team was kind of.
We were supposed to be the best division, and so far,
the East,
the East and the AFC, both the East are incredible, and those were supposed to be 2 of the worst divisions, right? Like everybody thought. Well, I mean, the East and the AFC, people knew Buffalo, and they thought Miami maybe. Packers figure it the fuck out, especially on offense. Your defense was doing really well until they were just like, this offense, I can't anymore. No special teams.
Not a huge surprise that they're special teams.
Both special teams made plays though. Like both the Jets had a block kick too, right? It was, but yeah.
Anyway, let's go to Jags losing to the Colts 34-27.
That was a
hell of a game.
It was a hell of a game, but I mean, like,
you thought the Colts were gonna blow it again against the Jags, and then
it seemed like they were dead in the water early.
Matt Ryan put on a show in that second half.
He must
Like,
have read our text message exchange.
yeah, like, oh, Matt Ryan is dead. He gone, like he washed. Yeah, and he's like, fuck y'all, like almost 400 yards, what 389 and 3 tutties. Now he did throw the ball 58 times. He threw it 58 times.
Which is
But
one of the
Yeah, he had an
problems.
average of 6.7 yards a throw.
he
So I mean,
40, he went 42 of 50. So he had 42 completions of 58, which is a hell of a stat line. Lawrence was 20 of 22 to TD. Damn, to lose that game. But give it to the Colts, who just made plays and like did what they had to win, and have been doing what they've had to win some of these really close games, and have now won a high scoring game really close. When before this, you're like, yeah, I didn't think they could do that. I was like, you got some low scoring games that you were able to squeeze out, because the other teams were also fucking up a bunch, us and the Broncos. But
yeah,
okay, I
Indy's
guess
clawed
your
their way
offense
to a
can
winning
do
record.
something. To what's that?
Said India's clawed their way to a winning record.
Yeah.
That tie week 1 helps them get there.
Yeah.
But they have credit to them, man. Like, all right. And maybe the Jags are just not as, they had those 2 wins early and everybody overhyped them, maybe.
Definitely, we overhyped them.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Although they played their tails off too. They just, that was a good
Not
game.
quite there yet.
Came down right to the end of it. It was a good game.
Yeah.
Great game.
Next game we had Vikings beating the Dolphins 24-16.
Yeah, I put in the chat earlier, how are the Vikings 5-1? But I went back and looked at their schedule and I understand.
Yeah.
It's not the toughest. Yeah, like you thought the Green Bay win looks, not as good week after like week by week. That Green Bay win that they have is looking less and less impressive.
But it's starting to look like they're gonna
That's
kind of
what-
handily win the division. Like
I mean, they've got a great handle on it right now, right? They've got at least a couple games.
I was peeping at their schedule earlier, and they've got a pretty brutal 4-game stretch later on. Like it's got like the Jets, the Bills, a couple other rough teams, but they could finish with 12 wins.
Yeah.
And
Oh, for sure. Oh,
nobody else in that
feel like-
division looks like they're going
look,
to do that.
Guys, every few years the Vikings must lose in the playoffs.
Exactly. It's like a
It
rule in
is-
the NFL.
It's a tradition. Look, guys, it's been a few years now.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to have a heartbreaking loss for the Vikings in the playoffs. I won't like to see it unless it comes against the Eagles. I'll be okay with it.
God, I really hope it's in the
But-
NFC Championship again. I hope we get to see him then. I don't want to waste our Viking bye too early in the playoffs.
Right? Yeah, you want to get that.
Matters most.
Yeah, that's
Thanksgiving
true.
is
That's true. But besides then, yeah, I'll be feeling for you, Vikings fans. Enjoy the regular season though, because looks like it's gonna be a hell of a regular season for you.
I mean,
Yeah.
Miami though, Tyreek and Waddle both are ridiculous, dude. Like 177 for Tyreek and then 129 for Waddle.
Almost like more
It's
than half of that
insane.
came on one play from Waddle.
Oh, I
And,
mean,
like,
yeah.
It came in
Doesn't
garbage
matter.
time.
'Cause his
6
walk was
catches for
49.
129 yards. Who fucking cares? They got it.
It was like
he
on
had the
6
49
receptions.
yarder.
Yeah. But he had along the 49. So I mean he still had a solid day if you take that away. I mean it's like 80 yards, 5 catches,
On
8
5
yards.
catches. So that's
He
still,
was
yeah,
sitting at like 60 something
nothing to sneeze
before they got
about.
to garbage time.
But,
Like
you know what? Hey, you know what?
Waddle
You
didn't
go
do it
out
when it
there.
mattered.
Yeah, you go.
but he has. I mean, this is just another week where you look
He
at
has.
these two guys went bonkers.
Teddy Bridge did pretty good coming
Yeah,
in.
I mean the 2 interceptions.
2
per-
interceptions weren't great. Yeah, you're right. And it seemed like the Vikings kind of had control of the game the whole time. They really did. And good for the Vikings finally winning. Like, I know it's still technically a 1-score game, but it looked like they were in control of the game the whole time, and like the other team wasn't. I don't know.
Well,
looked
it wasn't prime time, so
It was a more decisive win than I have seen them
Have
have in a while. Although I don't think they've had like more than a 1-score win in a long time.
yeah.
But whatever, you're 5-1.
If I'm the Dolphins, I'm probably a little worried right now, but
Yeah,
with Tua coming back next week, you're playing against Pittsburgh.
yeah. You hope that's a get right game. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're 3-3 right now. You're fine. Have your guy
Yeah, I
come
mean,
back and
You're tied for third with the Patriots in that division, though, behind the Jets and Bills.
your division is tough. But
It is not a-
something will give. The Patriots or the Jets, one of them, do you think one of those teams may not be for real?
I mean, it may be both of them. Both of them. I mean, the Jets don't strike me as a team that's going to continue doing this.
Yeah,
They
the
don't.
Jets, it's going to be as far as their defense carries them. Like,
I
they're
think
not going
they've
to.
gotten teams at the right time too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Jets aren't going out and keeping up with the high scoring teams. I don't think,
I mean, they
They're not.
blasted.
unless they can control how many points they're able to put
They're
up.
not though. Their offense, the way it looked today, Jets, you still have some things to work on, although good wins though. Good win today.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Bengals beating the Saints 30-26.
That was a good game. That's,
Seems like the Bengals make it a lot tougher on themselves than it has to be.
And they really do.
mhm.
I mean, it looks like they're kind of turning around this season a little bit, but they're still it's too
Yeah.
close.
I mean, the Saints had none of their top receivers.
yeah.
No,
Like, they had a bunch of nobodies out there. And
Was it still Andy Dalton?
yeah,
Mhm. Yep, still Andy Dalton. So
I mean,
this isn't gonna help anything.
you got to wonder how good Andy Dalton's going to look when he gets Michael Thomas and Chris Olave back.
Yeah.
hey, but this was his week. I mean, this is Andy Dalton's revenge game. The Bengals.
Supposed to be, yeah. Apparently he's beaten the Bengals twice since leaving them.
Damn.
And this is the first time he lost to him.
Was that in New Orleans or Cincy?
That was in New Orleans today.
Hmm.
So yeah, good win on the road for Cincy. Not that the Saints are great, but you had to have it. You had to have it if you're the Bengals.
Yeah,
you
they
couldn't, you
needed
couldn't
it.
go down. You couldn't go down 2-4. So
But maybe
even
in that
though-
division you can. I mean, nobody else in that division fucking
Yeah.
doing the damn thing.
that's true. Nobody else in that
Nobody
division
wants it.
Nobody, man. It's gonna be a hard fought
I
division.
swear, if Pittsburgh ends up winning that division, I swear to fucking God.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and the shittiest part is by week 11, Deshaun Watson's gonna still have a chance to come in here. And win
Oh,
the
Christ.
Speaking of that division, we had the Ravens losing to the Giants 20-24.
Man, yeah, the Giants, another like 10-point comeback in the fourth quarter too. I believe, right? Like
The Ravens just can't keep a lead.
Deshaun Watson turning the ball over in the red zone, it needs to be talked about because it keeps happening.
Lamar, you mean Jackson?
Or, yeah,
Lamar,
sorry.
you should-
We were just talking about
yeah.
Deshaun.
But
so.
yeah, no, you're right, man. Like you can't be giving it up in those times like that.
And the
What are you
Giants-
doing?
That the crazy thing is the Giants are just sitting there and they just wait for the teams to make these fucking mistakes and then they capitalize on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that-
they just
you're
run,
right.
run
And then-
Saquon Barkley down your throat and let you make mistakes.
better.
Barkley only had 83 yards on the ground today.
That's not
Really?
that bad.
Wow.
I mean, but for a team that scored 24 points, I mean, Daniel Jones had 173.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, again, like you said, they wait for the other teams to fuck up. They capitalize on those, and they don't fuck up themselves.
Yeah, you just
They
look at
play
it. I
sound
mean,
football.
Drake had 119 on 10 touches.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
nothing but flashy, but it's winning football.
Yeah, they're just winning.
Their,
football.
their
And-
first round pick, Kayvon Thibodeau, had the strips.
Yeah, he had a good,
had
he
the
had a
strip
pretty
on
decent
him.
day.
Yeah.
Like, look, that is 1,000% coaching up there. Brian Dayball, coach of the year so far.
Yeah,
Incredible.
it's not even close.
No,
No,
I don't even know if there's another
Even-
candidate.
even with the Jets doing so well, right? You know,
Robert
like,
Saleh.
but
You feel like the Giants are a lot more for real than the Jets.
yeah,
Oh,
I do.
definitely.
I would rather play the Jets than the Giants for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
We'll
close.
let you know when it happens.
True.
I think the Giants, better team all around. Like their defense, holy shit.
Their defense is not. I mean, they're
Looks good. All
second.
the Jets look good. And then their offense is at least like competent and can really run the ball down your fucking face. So
As
be a
long
little
as
more scared
Saquon
of the
stays
Giants.
healthy. So
I mean, it's crazy too because this is a 5-1 team, and they got their first takeaway today.
wow.
I know.
That was their
right?
first interception of the year. I'm sorry,
Wow.
first interception.
First interception.
That's
Okay,
crazy.
that is nuts.
It's
But
just
hey,
like,
man, again, they just play sound football.
yeah,
They're gonna stop you on third down, and like,
Yeah. Ravens need to do something about giving up leads. That's for sure. Though.
yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
they
you can't be doing that
they
if you're up.
start out well, and then that's what
Like, what's the opposite of the comeback kids? Like, they give them up, dudes.
The choke artist.
Give 'em up, dude.
Give them up, guys.
But anyway, let's go on to a real good game, boys. How about the Steelers beating the Bucks 20-18?
Tom Brady
man,
looks like he hates everything, every choice he's ever made
Yeah.
right now.
He lost to a team that split quarterbacking duties between Mitchell Trubisky and Kenny Pickett.
Hawk, dude, yeah. That's bad. That is bad. I didn't even think.
It really is.
Just having accomplished what you've accomplished, like
Talk,
why?
so yeah, talk about the fall from grace right now that Tom Brady's having. I mean,
It makes
he'll
no
always
sense.
have his legacy, with that,
I'm
but
low-key loving it.
yeah, right
Oh my
now
God.
it's as bad as it could get for that guy.
Yeah, it's
Like,
It really is like maybe if they found some CP on his computer or something, it could get worse. But it's still pretty bad right now.
like your wife is leaving you, and because you came back for this dog shit team. Like,
Right.
like
And
you
it's
guys
not
are
even-
3-3, but you're not winning a fucking playoff game.
Like
And
a
tell me, what
supermodel
is-
that makes more money than you.
maybe I know they've had injuries with their wide receivers, but some of the wide receivers are, I know Mike Evans had the suspension.
No, Evans and Godwin were healthy today.
Yeah, and Russell Gage is a nice receiver. I mean, he's not.
Fournette's still around. What's up?
Yeah.
I mean,
And they're
Cameron
supposed
Brate,
to have the
Cole
best
Moore,
defense
Gronk
too.
out there.
What's up is Brady's life is imploding,
Yeah,
and football is not on his mind.
I guess it looked like it was.
Like this is
On
what
his
it looks
mind
like when Tom
today.
Brady just doesn't give a fuck anymore.
Talk to his lineman who's
Yeah, talk to his lineman.
It seemed like football was on his mind today, but
Oh, I think that's just classic fucking. Like he's yelling at other dudes when shit's his fault. Like that's just frustration. Like he knows.
lots of frustration happening there.
Gotta love it.
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean it's
but-
beautiful. I love watching it.
Because with the Bucks, like you look at it, and you're like, yeah, it's your offense. It's not your defense. This team doesn't look that different from 2 years ago when you won a Super Bowl with them.
Not if you look at their roster top to bottom. I mean, their offensive line is missing a couple pieces now because of
Right, injury. They have had some
and
injuries
retirement.
Yeah, so maybe there a little bit, but man, put it the fuck together.
Yeah.
Your offense is bad.
Yeah.
I'll say one thing. Like I've seen Tom Brady yell at his teammates like that on the sideline 100 times.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
the thing is, it's almost always followed by that team coming out and kicking ass immediately afterwards. And that's just not happening anymore.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if next
Whatever
week.
Let's see. It's still early, it's still early enough for the Bucks to figure it out. They're in a division.
Yeah, I mean,
where
and
they
it's the
don't have
NFC
to,
South.
Another terrible division.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll end up in the playoffs by default.
Yeah,
they can fall backwards into the playoffs.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next game. We had Panthers losing to the Rams 24-10.
I
Okay.
did not see a single minute of this game. I was wondering.
Allen Robinson showed up.
Hey,
Allen
Yeah.
Robinson's made an appearance. Fucking yes.
good
Okay.
for your
catches
fantasy
for
team.
That was pure fantasy shit.
I mean, but he did. I mean, that is a big sign for them. I mean, they got production. They got 5 catches from him, and I don't want to even try to pronounce this dude's last name. Skoronik.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, I mean, they both got 5 catches today. Cooper Cup only had 7.
Oh wow.
Look at targets. Cup had 8 targets. Robinson had 6 targets. Skorinek had 5 targets.
Higby.
Maybe the Rams are figuring it out.
Yeah, it was a pretty balanced attack. Higbee only had 2 targets today.
I noticed he's my starting tight end on fantasy.
That's rough. But I mean, it looked like a more balanced attack from the Rams today.
Yeah.
Still not the best. Most
Yeah, six targets, 5 receptions for Robinson. That's great.
yeah.
It did, and they've needed to figure out somebody besides Cup.
Yeah,
They really did.
up until this point, that's been, I think we've mentioned the most, is that this team looks like it's just Cooper Cup and company.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we talk about every week, it seems like.
Yeah, they just have one play and it's getting
Yeah, if you've only got one receiving option, like certain teams are just going to be able to take that away.
Yeah.
And with everybody and their mother playing 2 deep shells now.
Yeah, you can't
Mhm.
play the Chiefs secondary every week, so
No.
Yeah.
We'll get to that soon.
Yeah. It's soon.
Very soon. But yeah, we can also talk about how Robbie Anderson got kicked out of the game by his own coach.
That
Did
shit's
that happen?
crazy.
What happened?
Yes. He was
What
yelling at it. He got in arguments multiple times with his coach, so they finally kicked him out of the game.
Robbie Anderson did that shit?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, what's the next game?
Next game.
What's
We
the next
had
game I didn't watch?
Seahawks beating the Cardinals 19-9.
Good for them.
Good for
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Good job. You beat a terrible Cardinals team by a Seahawks team that's surprisingly doing better than we thought they were going
Yeah,
to.
They're
'cause
second to the Niners.
they look no different with Geno Smith than they did with Russell Wilson.
Right.
Like offense, you're like, it's the same team. You guys did it.
Seahawks might be a playoff team, and people were pinning them as a potential number 1 overall pick.
Overall, they were.
This is,
Yeah, Geno Smith's fucking them over.
dude, this is one of those
What?
teams that's surprising the hell
What's-
out of me.
What's going on with the NFC West? Are they like all besides the Cardinals? They're like all sitting at 3-3, right? Like the Rams.
Yeah, it's
What are we doing?
The Cardinals feel like they're pretty fucked right now.
good news for the Cardinals fans is that they get DeAndre Hopkins back next week.
Bad news is that is not going to make a difference.
It could make I mean, we've seen it make a difference. We
It
saw
could
them.
make a little bit of a difference.
I just-
I don't think it's going to make a
It's not
difference.
going to turn
As
that team around like from what you've seen.
yeah,
That
Oh,
much.
it's not going to be but it's
They
going
might score a few more points, but they have way bigger. Like I said last week, they have way bigger problems than missing a number 1 wide receiver.
it's going to give them a lot more consistency on offense, I think, and
You would
open
hope.
things up for other players, and which will hopefully open up the ground game. I don't know when James Conner is going to be back, but they miss him.
Ooh, they're 0-3 at home already. That's a bad way to start the year.
Yeah, they're
If Kyler can even get the fucking ball,
yeah. Kyler got sacked 6 times.
receivers. Yeah.
6 times. I mean, he
I
he's
don't
like,
know.
Hey,
It's
a new
like-
Call of Duty came out, so what were you to expect from the
there
poor
we
kid,
fucking
you
go.
know?
Okay, we can move on. That's what's going on with the Cardinals
That'll come
now.
out
There's a
from
new
28.
Call of Duty game.
That doesn't come out till the 28th.
Oh, okay. It comes out soon. Maybe
Yeah.
he's got early
gonna get
access.
It's gonna
Yeah,
get
it's
worse.
gonna get worse.
They needed to do good before the Call of Duty came out.
They really did. They needed to pad their season.
They had till week 8 to figure this shit out.
All right, boys.
So you
We've
have to do
delayed the
it.
inevitable long enough.
We've delayed this
have
long
to do
enough.
it.
Anyway, Bills beat the
Sounds like
Chiefs
hater
24-20.
Sounds like hater talk. Yeah, they were. I mean, they looked like the better team coming into the game. They looked like the better team during the game, and then they won the game.
I just don't see it
because
that way.
They're the better team right now.
I just
Like-
didn't see it that way.
See, I actually left this game as a Chiefs fan more hopeful. Like I was like, oh, we lost by 4 points without McDuffie, Fenton. Obviously, we don't think highly of Fenton, but Tony Romo seemed like it was like the biggest deal on earth.
Yeah.
He made me believe that
Just
Fenton
don't
was
have-
better than he is.
Two rookie corners, so
Yeah,
that
I mean, we had 2 rookie corners who were drafted after.
although McDuffie would be a third rookie corner.
Well, and you think about it too, that's a
But
fifth
Willie
and
Gay?
sixth string cornerback.
Yeah, Willie
in the
Gay
game.
was
Willie Gay's still
there.
out.
We did.
Okay, but here's the thing. our defense isn't what lost us this game.
No, but I mean,
It's not. It was our offense that
will be
lost
back
us this game.
soon. Please let Lucas Niang come back.
MVS kind of dropped off,
But
was
Please let
non-existent.
our
In the
receivers
fourth-
are going to get more consistent in their roles. We started seeing it from
Juju's been has been decently consistent. He finally had a 100-yard game today.
we saw a good,
and
Hardman looked better today.
MVS total disappearing act.
Yeah, MVS does not look good,
Is where the issue is coming in.
but at least we're
we
seeing
just gave that dude $30 million, 15 guaranteed.
Yeah, and he is not living up to
And
it. So
yeah,
we need more from him. We need more from him.
I hope it gets better. Like I hope it's a chemistry thing.
I thought we were gonna see a little more Sky Moore because like he got the first catch of the game or something, like the first or second, and I was
And
like,
then the
cool.
last-
he got the first target, dropped it, and then never.
But he got another one right away, didn't he? Because he was in there pretty early, but you just saw him like the one time where he had the one catch.
the one play that he made an impact on.
But
Like,
I think it.
I went into this game not expecting us to win mostly because of the secondary situation. But I'm a lot more heartbroken about it than I thought I would be, just because we could have won that game.
Yeah.
I think this is one where I don't like saying it, but we got Josh Allen played a better game than Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And that's why the Chiefs lost and the Bills won, because Josh Allen won the game. He played a better game. Like, he didn't throw a pick.
He didn't throw a pick.
Mahomes threw two, and the second one was ugly.
Mahomes threw two and at two moments where you can't do it.
The second one I went back and watched a few times. That was not like it wasn't ugly. It wasn't that.
That guy was watching him. That guy was waiting for that throw.
And Mahomes was rushed into that throw
good.
and just didn't see him.
Yeah, that's the same play that we crucified.
Really good defensive play design. Give Leslie Frazier.
That's what I'm saying. I'm giving him and the corner there. I mean, that's what I was gonna say. It's similar to the Justin Herbert throw we saw against the Chiefs, where it was obviously a play they had scouted, they had prepped for. That corner knew.
Yeah.
And they also knew to attack Wiley on that side.
And that's like I'm not gonna kill Mahomes because
I'm not killing him. I'm just saying it's an ugly pick. We called Herbert's pick an ugly pick.
I highly disagree with that. That wasn't ugly. The first pick, that was ugly. That's a red zone pick on a ball you didn't need to throw. The dude was never open. That was ugly.
Yeah.
Like Kyer Elam made a play for sure, but he was never that ball was never being completed.
Then I'll say where I was wrong is I said he threw an ugly pick then when he threw two ugly picks.
Where it really came in, okay, our defense stops them in the fourth quarter there to get us the ball back when we're up by 3, and we go 3 and out, and we give it right back to the Bills.
That, and also you made mention of it right before half. I mean, that drive that
us letting them go
13 from the 2 and they
from the 1.
From
they
the
went
1
99 fucking yards on third, starting from 3rd and 13.
That one was pretty brutal.
That one's a brutal drive. Yeah.
You see it all the fucking time with our defense in 2-minute situations. They can't fucking hold them.
Yeah, we're not great in the 2 minutes.
We're terrible defensively.
And you had them on the ropes too. That's what sucks.
Well, and that's the one thing I want to tell you guys, that shit was not on the players at all today. That was play calling.
Yeah, that was not good.
That was Spagnuolo being way too aggressive.
Spag had some good play calling though.
There was good
throughout the game. That wasn't the best. Yeah, Spag's play calling in 2-minute situations needs to get better. It does.
Like if you're gonna stick Josh Williams out there on an island all day with Stephon Diggs, that's what happened is gonna happen.
Yeah, or Gabe Davis. They're both good receivers.
For sure.
Davis has made big plays a lot this year, and he did it to us all.
The way our team is built is that our defense keeps us in games and our offense wins us the games.
Yeah.
Our defense does not win us games. We don't have that defense. The Bills have that defense. It showed up today and it won them the game when it needed to, right? And they made but we can't move on and talk about a game that we do want to talk about. One that
Cowboys losing to the Eagles 17-26.
6-0, baby.
And you beat what looked like maybe the next best team in the NFC.
Now it's the Giants, dude. Now I'm like,
I guess. Although the Cowboys beat the Giants already.
True, they
know
did. They
the,
beat them.
the Giants' one loss is the Cowboys.
You're right. So that is proof right there.
I mean, we'll really find out because you got to play the Giants twice still. But
Yeah, I mean,
right now, the Eagles, especially in the NFC, the Eagles are bar none ahead
bring
of the
on the
rest.
Bills, baby. Bring them on right now. I don't give a fuck.
I think the Bills would. I don't know. I think they might be a
This
little
is
better.
the best
but I don't know.
cornerback tandem in football. The best secondary in football is in Philly. The best D line in football might be in Philly.
I bet the Bills would tell you they like their secondary.
Their secondary is really nice whenever it's got Micah Hyde and Tre'Davious White, who they don't have either of them. They don't have either of them right now. So I'll go with James Bradbury, Avonte Maddox, Darius Slay, CJ Gardner Johnson. Epps back there. I'll take them.
No, hey, you guys look great. Your defense looks really good. Your offense looks really good.
Yeah, best offensive line probably in football.
Yeah.
Philly.
Your run game is insane.
Yeah.
I'd maybe slow down on best D line in football, but
I don't. I think that's a nasty D line.
I'm a D line. You think D line?
you guys had no sacks, no tackles for loss, no pressures, no hits on the quarterback today.
No pressures.
Sorry,
They definitely got pressures. I mean,
No
sacks. Sorry, you got 4 quarterback hits, but
they
had
pressures.
They had 3 interceptions.
3 interceptions.
I'm guessing some pressure.
That's a secondary, not a D line.
Not always.
The D line actually caused the first 2 interceptions. They caused
okay.
a pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah. That number is not always what it seems. Right?
In 2 games, they got 14 sacks. The Cowboys have a pretty solid offensive line. It's not as good as it's been in years past, but I mean, they do.
No, that's everybody had been crediting that offensive line for winning the
Cowboys have a good offensive line
for being able to run the ball. You're right, and Cooper Rush not having to do much because he's got an offensive line.
Yeah,
that's really good.
But whenever they went up against the Commanders, who have a terrible offensive line, they've made that offensive line look worse.
Right.
The Jags, they destroyed that offensive line.
The Eagles controlled this game
start to finish
pretty much the whole time. Now the Eagles, a little worrisome. Every week they seem to just score a bunch of points in the first half and then kind of go quiet in the second half. Usually they do have a big lead, and their defense is able to hold on to it, but their offense does seem to quiet down in the second half.
The Eagles have kind of thrived on having huge second quarters.
Yeah. They are the best second quarter team in football right now.
They scored all their points in the second quarter. Well, all but the 6. Okay, they scored 6 in the fourth. But yeah, they scored 20 points in the second quarter. My God.
But yeah, I mean,
that's the Eagles Cowboys game. Tomorrow we've got the Broncos facing the Chargers. Anyway, let's go on to our picks, boys. So our updated scores. Matt is in the lead still with 29. Jason has 26. I have 20, and Sam has 16. That's updated after tonight's game, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's do our picks for this week. First game, Saints Cards.
Saints.
Yeah, it's hard to.
I'll take Cards.
Saints.
Shit! You guys know we just gave a game to Tim, right? Let's go Saints.
All right, Falcons, Bengals.
Right, like Falcons. Looking all right.
In Cincy.
I'll take Bengals.
I'll take the Falcons.
I want to stay on that Falcons train. I really want to say Cincy, but I'm gonna stay on that Falcons train.
All right.
Okay, Tim being the only one again. Right.
Giants, Jags.
Here with the Giants.
I'll take Jags.
Why?
The Jags are gonna blow them out.
I know. Yeah, sorry. Oops. That's a loss for Sneak.
All right, Browns, Ravens.
I'm gonna take Cleveland.
Oh, I'm gonna take Ravens.
Yeah, I'll take Ravens too. Sorry, Tim.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Baltimore.
P's all alone.
There you go, P. Still
Seahawks, Chargers.
because I really do think it's going to be the Seahawks.
I'm taking Seahawks.
Yeah,
I'm taking Chargers.
Chargers. Oh, I'm gonna eat shit on that one.
No,
I-
you're not.
I hope me and P are right. I'm sorry, P. I probably just helped out
Steelers,
the Chargers.
Dolphins with Tua back.
Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphins. But the Dolphins. Yeah,
I really don't want to pick against the Dolphins.
Then don't. I'm taking the Steelers.
All right. And our last game, Packers, Commanders.
Crickets.
Good God.
It's so sad that we have to think about this game. Oh, the fucking.
You would have
Packers.
hammered the Packers preseason. You would just bam Packers.
That's why we
no
put this
brainer.
here.
Jesus.
That's why we put it here.
The Packers. They have to win this game.
They have
man.
to. They have to win that game. Packers.
I'm
They
gonna
have-
go
they have to win
Packers.
the game.
I'm gonna go Packers because they have to win that game.
I'm taking the Commanders because Carson Wentz might be out with a fractured finger.
I'm
It's
taking
so Heineke.
Packers. I have to.
Oh,
Anyway,
man.
let's go on to our next topic. We're done with the NFL. Let's talk a little bit of MLB, like do an MLB minute maybe
Yeah,
here.
Well, I mean, but playoffs.
It'll be longer than a minute, obviously, but yeah,
Most
we
of
got
the
playoffs.
ALDS is wrapped up. By the time this comes out, I think it will. That game will be Tuesday, so maybe this will just.
yeah, it just depends on when it's edited. But yeah,
yeah,
we got Guardians and Yankees are tied at 2-2.
They're going to Game 5. But man, the poor Mariners. Sorry, I
Yeah.
feel for you. I didn't like that. I didn't like seeing you get swept by the Astros. Didn't like seeing it in Seattle where you go to 18 innings. You play 2 full games of baseball. 2 full games of baseball to lose 1-0 in 18 innings to lose the series
To a homer.
at home. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So we've got Philly and San Diego will be the one of the games, and Houston in the
man.
winner.
Hey man, San Diego though.
Yeah.
Hey, where I'm sad with Seattle, because they were kind of it had been like 21 years since they've been in the playoffs or something like that, right? 19 some shit.
Somewhere in there, yeah.
You felt they're the underdog. You kind of but the Padres now, the younger brother to the Dodgers in that division. Right, the Dodgers had like 111 wins this year, and the Padres had like 88. And see the Padres that's cool. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, not
Somebody
for,
had to knock
sorry,
the Dodgers off
fans.
finally.
I'm sorry, Dodgers fans, but you've had so much success. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dodgers and Yankees fans, yeah.
Although Dodgers
I don't feel
have
bad
actually
for you
only had,
guys.
they've had like one actual championship, out
Yeah.
of like all the success in the past like 10 years or so in the Kershaw era, I guess. Right.
True.
Anyways, yeah, the
Yeah.
Royals have as many championships as you do in that time.
Hey, let's keep it down, Sam. We're a farm team. Okay.
We are. But hey, this farm team was able to do a little more. Anyways.
Anyway, so yeah, so next
who did
week when we talk,
who
we'll
did-
get to talk actual.
And
More
then the
games.
Phillies. Good for the Phillies too. Good for
Yeah,
the Phillies.
Phillies.
They haven't been in it in like a decade, right? They hadn't been in the playoffs for a long time, so good for the Phillies. Over the Braves, last year's World Series champions. So sorry, Atlanta, but Atlanta, you got your one. You're Atlanta. You're awarded. You're like Kansas City. You're gonna get one championship every few decades, and then you gotta
Yep.
wait. I'm sorry. The Braves have to wait now.
Eh.
And the
Hey,
Falcons.
at least they didn't give up a
Hawks.
28-3 lot deficit,
Wow, Tim, you just
I had to rub it in.
nobody. You didn't
I
need
don't
to
know
do
why
that.
I was
I was
rooting
already-
for the Falcons
was
that year.
already-
So
I was already trashing them enough.
Yeah, let's stop talking about Patriots.
sorry. True. Anyway, yeah. So next week when we talk, we'll have some more playoff games to talk about. But
Yeah, dude. Hey, man. Right. We'll have some conference championships going on,
Yeah.
or the league championships, whatever you want to call it in baseball.
yeah, whatever it's called.
the
AFC championship
ALCS and the
and
NLCS.
And the champions.
But
Well,
anyway,
another thing we'll be able to talk about next week.
yeah, NBA's getting ready to
NBA.
start with tip off on Tuesday.
Yeah,
Off
dude,
Tuesday.
I mean,
Tip off Tuesday. We had Philly at Boston and Lakers at Golden State.
Yeah. Golden
hey,
State
dude,
having
just,
Wiggins and Poole fresh on their new contracts, you know.
hey,
And Draymond coming in there and
It's
seeing Poole with that making that bank.
it's ring night too for the Warriors. They're gonna be getting their rings, so we knew Draymond would be there. The
yeah,
big thing with that is okay. So Jordan Poole's is a 4-year, $140 million extension. Andrew Wiggins is 4 years, $109 million extension, which makes he has 6 more, I think 5-6 more years with the Warriors now.
good for
like it.
Wiggs getting the
Yeah,
back.
for sure.
right?
I have
Good
a
for
Wiggins jersey
Wiggs
too,
after
so
getting the
Which
back.
Wiggins, that's a significant discount than what he could have gotten on the open market. 'Cause
yeah.
he could have probably gotten somewhere around 30 per year, and he's taking around 25 or so.
Well, when you're in a system where you're finally having success, you know, it's come on.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
You've been the number one option on the team, and he didn't love it. It didn't go.
Yeah. He's gonna get some money and some success.
Yeah.
Right? Now, not just all money and
So that takes us for the Warriors. They have payroll and luxury tax commitment for the 2023-2024 season looming. That would be $483 million. If Draymond opts in, that number goes up. And if Draymond opts in, that number jumps up to more than what Lacob bought the team for when he originally bought it. Because it'll be like $580 something million for the team in 2023-2024.
wow. Okay. That's
Which is absolute. I mean, I think this year the Lakers had one of the highest at like 200. No, it might have been the Nets at like 200 million on the luxury tax.
kind of just shows you like the inflation with sports and
Yeah.
society and the popularity of it with you see with football too, especially like the growth of these franchises
Yeah.
value wise as well, man. And what we're paying players. Like it's insane.
And like
Yeah.
the luxury tax is one of those, like, that's not how much they're paying their players, is not 483 million. It's like they get fined for going over the cap a certain amount, you know.
Right.
And the more over they go, the higher the fines get and all that. But that's still a lot of fucking money for 1 year of basketball. But that
Yeah,
pretty much
that's insane.
that says all it needs to say about Draymond, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's no way they lock him up to a long-term deal now.
And I mean Draymond, he's getting a little older, right? How old is he now?
What, 33?
He's not like young prime Draymond. Like I could see him stepping away from, especially because you've now tied yourself to Wiggins and Poole. You've kind of like, hey, look, you got these guys now are kind of replacing you
And then they also got upcoming guys and Wiseman and Kuminga. That, you know, Kuminga is one of those guys to keep an eye on. I think he could be nice for them because he's got changeability between center and power forward, high motor.
Hey man, they're really rounding it out then.
Yeah, they've got a nice young core, and that's why when everybody was talking about them trading for Kevin Durant, I was like, it doesn't make. This is all they built up since they lost Durant. It's all these pieces that people thought they would move for KD, and I'm like, that really just sets you back, you know. Then you got all this stuff because KD's injury, and then you're gonna.
Yeah, no, I get it. Hey, when the league starts on Tuesday, just remind me because I'm gonna forget that basketball.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I can't even. It's hard to think about it until football's over. But
this is like the prime time right here. You know, you got MLB postseason.
it's a lot. It's a lot to think about.
NFL.
That's why the MLB MLB should think about wrapping it up in like August. Like I know that's tough because those are like the hottest days. It's like the dog days of summer. You gotta struggle in the MLB, but maybe they should think about wrapping it up in like August, cutting it back. We get some football, just like football can have its own time. And then basketball, like it can start. I guess you can get started like Christmas. That's fine. Start Christmas basketball.
But basketball, they're doing it on like Tuesdays and Wednesdays, like because Wednesday you have a huge slate of games, but I mean, like it's not like interfering with you're watching a football.
Yeah, but my brain
Now
just
it's
doesn't have
sports
the space
every
for
day.
it.
So,
But yeah. Anyway, I think that's gonna do it this week, boys.
Yeah, I think we
Are
killed
we
it.
still talking about you?
Yeah.
Pete can pick and choose what to cut tonight. So.
Yeah. But as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe,
All right, we'll see you next
slap
week.
the Sam bell.
Yeah, slap that Sam bell.
Slap it just once
Or twice.
or 3 times. However many times makes you happy.
Probably 0.
Probably 0.
But it's okay.